Hello everyone. Tonight we are not working on this app that I have open because I am bad at getting ready for things. We are instead gonna work on my diabetes logging app. Beaties. Cause I had an idea earlier today. Actually, kind of like started yesterday, and then I realized today that I really wanted to do it. So, yeah, this is what we're gonna work on. I decided that what this app needs is an interactive widget so that I can put it on the home screen and maybe type in some stuff from here. And I think that's a good idea. However, I then went and looked for the person who I would know would be the expert on this, James Thompson, creator of pCalc. And I found immediately that he's like, this is a terrible idea. Don't do this. Rather specifically, he said, hey, you know, if you've got like a keyboard type thing in an animated widget, it's currently kind of buggy. It's not great. It's really slow. And if you type too fast and tap while it's rendering, it will randomly open the app. And while I think he is the expert here, and I think he's got a good idea, or not a good idea, I think he's probably right in that this is a bad idea. I think there's a couple things that make it that I want to do this anyway. A, my app doesn't have nearly as many buttons or as like, yeah, I guess it doesn't support as many or as large of a number as his app does. You know, I'm not going to type 7-digit numbers into my app. I'm not going to be multiplying. I'm going to tap 2 numbers and then I'm going to hit enter. So that's one reason I think that it might work, even though I think he's right in that this is probably a bad idea. Option 2 is I want to do it anyway. I don't want to prove to myself that it doesn't work. And just, you know, I want to learn this functionality regardless of whether or not it ends up actually shipping or not. So I'm going to try to build this and I'm going to use it myself for a couple days, and if it turns out it does suck, then, you know, hey, James was right the entire time, and I've gone and learned that for myself. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna work on building an interactive widget for the Beaties app. So how are we gonna do that? That's a great question. I looked into it a little bit today, and it says, hey, you need a widget. Your widget needs to use button or toggle, which is true. I think we'll build that out. We'll just have, you know, 10 buttons or whatever. We've already built a button UI for the watch, so I think that it'll be pretty similar to that. We'll just build out the same sort of button UI. And then we need to support app intents, and that's how you handle the actual actions. It works basically the same way as Siri. This is the other reason why I think it's a bad idea that I don't think that James mentioned, which is that like all of those get exposed to shortcuts. And so you're going to have a bunch of shortcuts that just say, you know, enter a 5, enter an 8, enter a 3, all of those things. So I don't know how great of an idea that is, but hey, again, this is a learning project. So we're gonna figure out what we do. So I think the first thing that I want to do is I want to create 2 new frameworks in here, I guess. One is going to be the widget thing itself, and that's going to be just a widget. The other is going to be a like shared intents framework. And I think we'll share that one across phone and watch, because we will want that eventually anyway. We'll want an intense framework that we can use to add shortcuts. So that's the other reason why I think this is a good idea. Hey, we're going to be building functionality that we need eventually anyway. And, you know, even if I don't end up having an interactive widget, or at least don't have an interactive widget at launch, you know, I've still built some infrastructure that we're going to want. So that's why I think this is a good idea, even though James is probably right in that it's actually a bad idea. But yeah, let's open up our project file. and get this added. So we've got our existing features in here. We've got our iOS app. We've got our watchOS app. We've got our extension here. I think this is where we're going to want to start. We need to add another new extension that is our widget. Now, the other thing is, I think we're going to need two widgets. We need an iOS widget and a watchOS widget. Because watchOS 10 now has all widgets as well. So I think we're going to start with target name iOS widget. Or maybe widget iOS. I think that was the naming function parameter that I've been going with. Platform iOS. Product is, I'm assuming, an app extension. I don't think we have a widget in here. Yeah, that's not a thing. Yeah, let's do app extension. Bundle ID. Or bundle id, as the twoist people decided to spell it. Infoplist. Now this one's interesting because I think we're going to need some work here. What's our our complication actually doesn't have anything, which is interesting. Maybe what we should start with is we should start by creating a app extension in Xcode and then copy out this information. But let's just start with this default sources. BDs. No, I guess this wouldn't be BDs. This would be widget iOS. Slash, yeah, where are we doing everything else? I guess that would require us finding our target helpers. Directory base name tests, or directory base name sources. What is directory though? Directory is if it's shared. Otherwise it's a platform directory. Okay. So I guess we have a directory for our platform. Oh, BD's iOS. Hey, okay. So yeah, it would be BD's iOS slash widget slash sources. What is going on here? What happened to all of my things? There's the re-render. There we go. That was quite weird. I also need to fix... Sorry, I'm getting distracted by things. I need to fix this theme down there. I'm not going to do that on stream. Nobody wants this to become an Emacs stream. Nobody wants it. I don't want this to become an Emacs stream. But yeah, okay, so BD's iOS. Oops. Widget sources ***. We might need a resources eventually, but I'm going to leave that for now. I don't think we need that right now. Okay, so we got that. Let's go ahead and, like I said, create one in the UI. We can figure out what we actually get and if there's anything else that we need. And then from there, I think we can, include live activity. Probably not, but cool. Include configuration app intent. That one might be interesting. Let's go ahead and do that. But we're gonna go ahead and say, who dis? No idea. I don't know who I am anymore. How are you doing? This guy? That guy? Any guy? How am I? I'm actually doing pretty good. Working on some, working on trying to add an interactive widget to my app because I decided it was a good idea. Found somebody that said it was a bad idea. And I'm trying to prove to myself that that person is actually right. That's the real question. Okay, so we've got, yeah, so I'm creating this here locally. This is what I'm doing right now. Is I'm creating a widget extension locally, and then I'm going to try to copy out whatever we need into Toast. It actually looks like we don't have anything too exciting in here. These are all normal info plist things. I would imagine there's probably not anything too exciting in build settings, because that just seems like not where you would put this. It is interesting that it decided to get rid of the iOS. Okay, we're not going to worry about that because that's all Toast nonsense anyway. Run path search paths is tweaked. That might be something we need to deal with. What about our complication? Does that have that? Okay, so it's already got that, so I don't think that's a big deal. Localization prefers string catalogs. Good to know. Info plist files, all good. Product bundle identifier, good. Code signing we don't care about. Versioning we don't care about. C++ dialect we definitely don't care about. Widget background color name. That's an interesting one. We might care about that. What is this? Asset catalog compiler widget background name. I think the other thing that we're going to care, or not care about, but be interested in eventually. That's still not what I want to say. I think the other thing that we're going to like that we got from building this is that all of the files that we have by default are going to be in here. I think we're going to want those. We're gonna have some files for this widget extension that we just created. Oh god, yeah, definitely not in the right spot. Yeah, so it created a widget bundle, a widget, an app intent. Interestingly, none of these. Oh yeah, I was gonna say none of these have the at main, but this one does. So never mind. Widget, app intent. Yeah, so we're gonna grab all these. We're gonna toss the info plist. We don't. Ooh, hang on. No, we are not going to toss the info plist because this seems important. NS extension point identifier. I think we're going to want that too. So info plist needs a extending default with that was weird that that went down there, but okay. Oh god. Please tell me that's not how Emacs wants those to indent. It totally is. That's gross. I hate it. We'll do our own indentation. Yeah, no. I don't like that at all. NS extension itself has a dictionary. And this dictionary goes NS extension point identifier. We'll grab that. Boop. Okay. Close that. Close this. Manually, apparently. What's weird is, oh, I guess we moved this indented 4 lines, whereas Emacs really wants everything indented 2 lines. Or, sorry, not 2 lines, 2 spaces. Weird, but not something that I'm going to deal with. Actually, if I indent these manually, then does that get fixed? Okay, so I'm going to do that. Just so that everything's consistent. Except for that, apparently. There we go. That might be enough. I think that might be enough. So let's move all of these foils. Let's move all of these foils into the right place. Yeah, because we created this widget, which I actually think is like the right name of the file. So we're going to move this into here. And then we're going to go in here and we're going to create a new folder called sources. We're going to toss the info plist. We are going to create a resources as well. Move this into here and everything else into here. And then we're going to go back into Emacs and we're going to add ourselves a resources directory. All right, that feels like that should be everything. So let's run to generate and see what it gives us. Looking good so far. iOS, widget, resources, sources. Seems good so far. Let's try actually building our widget. Oh, it didn't like that. Conformance of never to intent result is only available in application extensions for iOS 17 or newer. Okay, fair enough. I think that, yeah, we do have a problem in that we do need this one in particular to be iOS 17 only. So maybe let's fix that. Because otherwise we are normally doing this in iOS 16. I think this app is going to ship on iOS 17. We're never going to ship a 16 version of this, but for now I want to be able to develop it and run it on 16 because it's actually a good question. I don't know why I want to do that. I have not yet upgraded my watch to watchOS 10, so I know that's why I'm still running watchOS 9 on the watch version of this app. And mostly that's just laziness. I haven't figured out why I want to do that yet. But yeah, no, I've already got my phone on 17, so there's no reason why I should build this for 16 at all. Hey, Alex, how are you doing? Just dropping in to say hello. Hope you have a good stream. Awesome. Thank you. How's your rewrite going? Doing any better? Saw that you had a new roadmap for it in Discord. Hey, everyone, if you're not already in the Discord and you're watching this stream, you should be in the Discord. It's right here. Doing much better today? Nice. That's awesome. Isn't it fun when you break past like something that's been driving you nuts for a while? You're like, finally I've started making progress again. Maybe it doesn't have to be even a specific thing. It's just like so many problems, so small issues have just been building up, and then you're like, okay, like finally I've got the motivation, or like something clicked in my brain finally, and now I'm like really making progress again. That's always great. Had a solid 2 to 3 hours of actual work, been focusing on separating out view parts and cleaning up logic. Nice. Inheritance from not. Oh. Yeah, that'd do it. Struct widget. That's not gonna work. This is on us. Same deal with this widget bundle. All right, we're gonna call this BD's widget bundle. Because the other thing that I could do, I could make this widget bundle and then inherit from widgetkit.widget bundle. No type named widget bundle in module window widget kit. Really? Where is widget bundle defined? It's in SwiftUI. Yeah, so I can do this, and then that makes everything build. But I think it would be better for us to just have better names for everything. But let's at least make sure that this is like running. Let's run this on the iPhone 14. Dang. I really need to have something that like does set up for streaming to make sure that I have this on here. And switch it back to the right UI or the right sound output. How's it going, Donuts? So it says it is running the widget. I think I probably need to do something to add it to the home screen before we can ever even see it, but going pretty well other than being a Monday. I hear you there. How do I... I'm not seeing any widgets in this widgets list. My Monday actually wasn't too bad, but no, actually it was pretty bad. I was gonna say, I have an appointment that I have to go to now, every Monday. And so that means I get out of work for a couple hours. But then I remembered what happened when I got back to work, so it actually wasn't all that great. But it could have been worse. I could have been at work all day. All right, so if this doesn't work, I mean, I guess we could just look at the preview, see if that helps. Yeah, preview as system small widget simple entry. You hate appointments like that, you'd rather start the day or end the day with them, but going in the middle is just a drag. See, no, I actually like the current setup, because it is, I don't know. It means that I have a break from work. Widget iOS.appx must be in an app. Okay. I think we can fix that. Maybe that's why it wasn't showing up in the simulator either. I think this means simply that we need to make this a dependency. .target name widget iOS. Yeah, no. Fair. I kind of get the appeal of just like, okay, now I can just go home. I'm done. I'm basically ending my day early. But I think at that point I would also feel like it's just, I don't know. I don't have an logical reason behind why I like having it just break up the day. Do you have to commute into an office, or do you work remotely? I currently work remotely. It sounds like that might be changing soon. But I have to commute into the appointment, so. But yeah, no, I do have to leave my house to go to this appointment. What's really going to be fun is if, and by fun I mean the exact opposite of fun. If I end up having to return to the office before this appointment is done, that's gonna suck. Yeah, I don't think my company is quite reneging on remote work, because they never like promised it was gonna be a thing. I mean, even when I joined, because I joined into the pandemic, they were like, hey, we're planning on doing return to office eventually anyway. There is a slight, failed to install BD's app. What is this? Okay. Does not define an NS extension dictionary in its info plist. I thought I fixed that. What are you talking about? I don't remember what I was saying about remote to return to work. They did say when I was hired that, hey, don't expect this to last forever. It does kind of suck, mostly because I don't know. I don't want to say anything on this stream that will get me in trouble at work. I don't want to say anything. As you know, you can imagine my opinions for yourself. I will hold whatever opinion you want me to hold. Just if you can come up with an opinion, that's the opinion that I should have. NS extension right here. NS extension point identifier. Why was it saying that I didn't have an NS extension? Apex bundle at yada yada yada. Oh, complication.apex does not define an NS extension dictionary in its info plist. Okay, well, that seems like something that we got to do. You don't have to have an opinion. Oh, I totally do have an opinion. I you know, it sounded like I was starting to get into that opinion. I just, you know, I might have coworkers who see this or it's public and I don't want to get in trouble. Public opinion. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no. I'm going to watch what I say on this stream so that I don't get in trouble at work. Okay, so I need a change in complication is what it's telling me. And because I don't have complication set up correctly, I might be in trouble with my widget. Seems weird, but okay. Info plist, extending default. I need to figure out what the and then we just hit space a bunch because Emacs doesn't like anything. Yeah, why are you going all the way over there? That's not where you go. You go here. We need to figure out what the NS extension point identifier is for complications. Hey, thanks for the follow, Buttered Toast 151. All right, watch complication NS extension. NS extension point identifier key. This is WidgetKit extension. I don't... Maybe that is what I want though. Because complications are just widgets now, right? I really just, yeah. I need this. Give me more information. Here we go. NS extension attributes. Open the info plist file, the WatchKit extension. Navigate to NS extension attributes, blah, blah, blah. I think I just need like an info plist keys list. App extension keys. Yes, this is what I want. NS extension point identifier. See this page. That's not telling me anything. I have a watch app. Oh, no. I was gonna say, do I need to do it in... Do I need to go look at the watchOS keys? I don't think I do. I don't really want to add a complication manually and then have to figure out how to delete that. I guess I do. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. WatchOS complication. Wait, yeah, see, look, this is a widget extension as well. They don't even have a complication extension anymore. So I think we just need to add exactly the same thing. Let's just cut this line. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop. Let's try that. What is it not like about underscore? Invalid project name widget iOS. This string must contain only alphanumeric and underscore characters. We should figure that out. What did we call... Yeah, because this one is named that. Oh, product name. Maybe I need to change the product name. That's probably true. Yeah. We can fix that. Widget. There we go. That seems to be happier now. All right. Does it preview? And then if we can get it to preview, then I think we can try running it on the simulator. Failed to install Widgets app. Damn. What's wrong now? Failed to set app extension placeholders. App extension placeholders array has multiple placeholders with the same bundle ID of com.cocotype.bds.widget. App extension placeholders array has multiple placeholders. What does that mean? Why would that be true? App extension placeholders array has multiple placeholders with the same bundle ID of com.cocotype.bds.widget. Do I have multiple things in here that are that? I don't think I do. Yeah, I've only got the one. Also note that Apple does know how to spell bundle ID, unlike TOS people that call it bundleid. Delete drive data. Try that. In your info plist, try setting your bundle identifier to product bundle identifier. I feel like that's true. You had a different identifier in your original app than in the extension identifier base. The extension has to have the same identifier as the original app plus something else. So I think we did that. Because the base should be com.cocotype BDs. Okay, well, we're going to start with delete drive data because it sounds like that's the easiest way to do this. It's the easiest possible option. Like we got a bunch of things. Let's just delete all three of them. Maybe I'm just gonna... Oh no. Give it a minute. I want to see if this one works. Okay. And now you're free to do whatever you want. Oh, provide a valid path to the desired application bundle. What does that mean? That's at least a different error. Dang it. I was trying to click reveal and find error faster than you could kill it. I was trying to get there and click it so that I could read it in text. I wasn't fast enough. It is rebuilding the widget now, so maybe something nice will happen there. Borrow that emote and rename it so it looks the same but is ID'd differently. I mean, you could have a... You can steal that emote. I don't care. Okay, what is this? Cannot install blah blah blah. Complication.avex with identifier yada 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 does not have expected identifier prefix com.cocotype.bds.watch. I feel like I fixed all of this at one point. Why am I having so much problems with the complication one? WatchKit extension complication should have .watch. So can I do just .watch.complication instead of .watchKit extension .complication? Also, you know what? The thing that I should be doing is just quitting Xcode in between every 2s generate. Because I know that sometimes causes weird issues anyway. Hey, there we go. We finally fixed it. Okay. So now what's interesting is, okay, so this gives us 2 different entries. And we can animate between them. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know what that's doing. Okay. So we got that. So we now actually have a widget. Let's go ahead and commit this already. Because we fixed so many things, and I don't want to have to fix them again. And then this way we get to keep it as a separate commit. Add iOS widget extension. It's nice to keep clean commits. Keep clean commits. So yeah. There's our start. So now, what do I want to do in terms of building out this widget UI? I think first of all, I want to start cleaning up a lot of this kind of stuff. All of these should be in just a single file, or in separate files. Did I get rid of all of the other things? Okay, so I got rid of all the other things. We have a provider, we have a simple entry, we have a widget entry view, which is what's drawing the actual view here. We have the widget, which just has a bunch of configuration to it. We have our configuration app. Okay, so this is like preview related stuff. Okay, so our configuration app intent basically is what shows us, it depends on what we've got going on here. Interesting. Also, this is called app intent. The file is called app intent, but the item inside it is called configuration app intent. We're going to fix that. Apple, why would you do that? Why would you generate files whose names don't match their contents? All right, then we're going to clean this up. I think we want Yeah, we want to move each of these into their own file. Let's get rid of this. Oops. Okay, so basically we've got separate files here now. So, nope, create a new file, provider, yoink. Get rid of these files. App intent timeline provider, where's that defined? I would assume it's in WidgetKit. Compile this monotype. Okay, we'll get there. Let's go create a simple entry. This is almost certainly gonna import WidgetKit. Get a widget entry view. I think I've screwed this up. I'm in the wrong thing, aren't I? Widget entry view. Hey, but won't it be worth it to permanently have something called compile this monotype in here? Okay, this one needs just SwiftUI, right? That build? Yes. It seems like it builds. And then yeah, this is finally our widget. I think, can we make this file private? Probably a good idea, right? And then we don't need these to be file private. But I kind of, I don't like that these live outside of this preview. And all of that. I think what I want to do is I almost want a configuration app intent to take that as an init. Actually, does it not already? Just from the nature of it. Look at this. Yeah, look, I can just do this. Grab that, grab that. Although, yeah, that's not gonna work. This needs to be an intent parameter. Yeah, let's add an init to here. Init favorite emoji string. Does that do what I want? Missing argument does not conform to protocol app intent. It needs an empty init. That doesn't seem right. Okay, well, whatever. But now we should be able to say favorite emoji this. And that should all build. So then I can do this. And then I can get rid of these. Because nobody wants these. And by nobody, I mean I don't want these. I don't want like preview related stuff just living outside the preview. All right. Does that still work? Yes, it does. All right. So we got everything cleaned up. Everything looks a lot nicer now. We should be able to get into widget entry view. And can we do a preview with these? Widget entry view, entry. Date. Now. Configuration. Oh, there's even a dot now. Dot now. Configuration. This one. Missing preview context modifier. What? Pass a widget preview context to the preview context modifier. Is that this as? No. Is that this? I don't know what you want from me. Missing a preview context modifier. Pass a widget preview context to the preview context modifier. Does this need, it says preview context modifier. Okay. Well, there's this one. But what is a preview context? Something about a preview context modifier, yeah. I mean, it wants a preview context, but it doesn't tell me what a preview context is. Value, preview context. Neat. What's that? The context for the preview, the default is nil. Okay. Generic parameter C could not be inferred. What is a preview context? Tell me what a preview context is. Do I have anything called preview context in this whole app? Can you redeem name a variable and use only emojis since that's a thing in Swift? You can. There is, in fact, you would not be the first. Oh, here we go. This is what we need. When you create a custom view of Swift UI, Xcode can display a preview. You define a structure that conforms to the preview provider. Yeah, no. Yeah, I got that. No, that's all true. I just didn't know what the context was. This seems to be happier. Oh, I guess I need to import widget kit. This is maybe what I needed. Accessory circular is probably not the right one, though. Widget preview context. Family system small. Okay, so I need two peoples. I need two name of variables, so we can get there. Missing preview context modifier. Well, you lie. You lie. See, now I almost feel like this is even more. Can you redeem 420 points? Macro preview requires that widget entry view conform to widget. Okay. I knew that wasn't right. Now, why isn't this right? This is the problem that I don't understand. Because I am passing a preview context now, a widget preview context. Missing a preview context modifier. Is it maybe not in this file? But it was working fine until I added this, right? Pass a widget preview context to the preview context modifier. I feel like I'm saying preview context too many times. Widget entry view dot swift. So it is this file. Can you change your variable name to preview context? No. You must live with your first choice. Not... Yeah, I don't understand what's going on here. We'll see. By the time that I get there, maybe I will hate preview context less. And I'll change my mind. Yeah, I mean, this almost feels like it needs to be passed in a preview context in here. But that doesn't seem to be a thing. So, like, here, we're going to leave that there. We're going to go back to our friend, this one. And this has a preview. There's a preview macros. This has it as widget family. And this takes in a timeline. Now, what in here? Okay, where widget is widget. This one takes a widget and a provider. This one takes a widget and a provider. See, so this one only takes a widget. Okay, but it requires it to be a widget. Do we have one that just takes a context? Can I just do a search for context? Yeah, a preview context. So here, let's actually try what you found and try it with preview provider instead of the new preview macros. Where even is widget entry view? Come here, give me the right view. Let's start here. Enum, widget, entry, view, previews, preview provider, static, func, previews. Is that not what it is? Fine, give me preview provider. Static var previews. Oh yeah, no problem. I'm sorry that I didn't actually end up solving it. But yeah, I was happy to help out to the extent that I could. Yeah. Hey. Eventually, throw enough things there. Find the one that is correct. So that, well, okay, hang on. I'm putting the cart before the horse. Well, now I don't seem to be able to pull up our canvas at all. Canvas. Preview. It doesn't see a preview at all. That's weird. So bring this one back. This one will have the error. I feel like I'm just going to Google the error. Missing preview context modifier. I solved it by putting the view inside a VStack. What? What? I like this one better, which is that I might have it in the wrong file. That's a better problem. No, that's not the problem though. Boo. Are these all in widget? Yes, they are. I don't like that this person says, oh, just try putting it in a VStack. Okay, I mean, sure. Okay, good. I'm actually kind of glad that didn't work. If that doesn't work, try throwing it in a Z-stack. Ooh, this one is the one that I actually want. Preview layout. I tried this. It doesn't work. I mean, maybe we just don't do that. Maybe it's... We just don't have a preview in here. That's fine. I feel like we're wasting time. So yeah, widget entry view, it doesn't have a preview. We'll just do widget preview, and we'll pin this one. And then that way, when we go back to widget entry view, we can just say currently, and that should refresh. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that'll work. That'll work for what we need. All right, let's try getting some new UI in here. I think the first thing that I want to do is what is the first thing that I want to do? I think I want to try just switching it from like a view state to an entry state, because I don't think that what I want, I don't think I want a widget that is just always a logging thing. I think that seems a little weird. I think what I would want is I want one that normally shows me a number, and then I tap it, and then it goes into an entirely different state. Does that sound like a good idea? That sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. So I think what we want to start with is we want to start with a like current value view, and we can put that in here, and then we'll have a see, now we have widget entry view. I think we need to change the name of that. This is going to be widget container view. Or maybe just widget view. Just make it just widget view. I like how, because I did that, it got rid of my preview pin. Thank you, Apple. I love it. Okay, so now we've got our widget view. I think what we need to do, yeah, we're going to go create a struct widget. I called it preview view. That's not what I want. What was the word that I actually used to define what it is? Widget, like current value view. Let's call it that. And then this is just going to be text real big. We will call this 90 dot font dot large title. No, I guess it would help if we defined that or actually used it. Save. Hooray. Okay. That looks terrible, but we're not doing design yet. What I want to do next is I want a button that allows us to actually do something. So button, and then it sounded like if I imported app intents, that's how I got this to work. So button is an action and a label. That's not what I want though. I want a button that takes in an intent. Here we go. Well, let's just do title key for now. Add or log. Yeah, let's do that. And then we need to pass in an app intent. Can we actually pass in our configuration app intent? Just for now, just to see what that does in terms of making it work. Hey, there we go. There's our button. Okay. What happens if we click this button in the preview? Absolutely nothing. Is that even how we demo this? If I click play and then I click the thing, yeah, I don't know if that's what I want or not. Why don't we try creating a different app intent that actually does something? So let's create a show. Here, let's just continue doing this all in one file. Struct show entry view app intent. What does that do? You need to add protocol stubs. Fair enough. I don't like any of these. Okay. We're going to go to the developer video for this, which tells us something. Widgets? Bring widgets to life? Yeah. Now, do they have their app intent? Yeah, here we go. Struct log drink intent has a title, a description, a parameter, which you can set. I don't think I want to do that right now. Has an init with drink, and has a perform, which returns some intent result. Okay. So let's start with giving ourselves a title. I'm just going to call this log glucose. Static var description. I don't know if we actually need this, but hello world. And then I guess a perform, and this is going to throw some intent result. Sorry, not throw. Return some intent result. And can we just return dot? So yeah, this is what's weird. Returns open intent. Returns a result with a value. It looks like the one that they had was just dot result, which is weird. Apparently that is a thing. I don't know what to do about that, but that does do something. The problem is, what happens when we do this? This would almost need to set some kind of state that we do, and then we update our value. So we almost need like a like an app state, right? And then that app state powers which view is showing. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think that I might be getting in over my skis on this one. Let's not get here yet. Let's go ahead and do our widget entry view. This is going to have a body. This is going to be just text entry. So let's have that. And then let's go into our preview. And then this is what's interesting. Okay. So we have our simple entry. It has a date now. It has a configuration. I wonder if our configuration app intent needs to show what our current value is. Like, does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. App intent configuration. Intent configuration app intent. Provider. Widget view with a given entry. It feels almost like we need to pass something into that. Or no, here's what we need to do. Our simple entry needs a state. Yeah, let's do this. So let's struct state. No, sorry. Neither of those two words. Enum state. Case current value. case entry. And then we have a let state here. And then we can go into this one and we can have that take a state now. This is going to be current value, and this is going to be state entry. And I got a bunch of providers that we don't care about. Placeholder, snapshot. Okay, let's just always give these current value. Okay, so we got those. And then I think what I need to do now is I need to go into my widget view and basically switch state, case, current value. We return that. Case, entry. Does that give us something? No. Okay. Switch entry dot state. Let's try that. Hey, there we go. So now, yeah, if we switch between these two, we see our two different states. Okay. I think that's what I needed to do to get this to eventually work. Now the problem is I need to figure out how to actually change this. So I think there is an app storage user defaults thing. How does that work? Property wrapper is the word I meant for thing. Init with a key. Okay, we can work with that. Is key just a string? Yeah. We're gonna call this app storage state. I don't know. This is a terrible thing. Widget state. Var state string. Can we actually do that? Simple entry dot state. I don't think we can actually store that in there. It needs to be a string, right? No exact matches in call to initializer. Requires that the type simple entry dot state in bool or int or double or string or URL. Okay. So yeah, for one thing, this needs to be a string, and then I think it also needs to be an optional string. There we go. Stored property of state of sendable conforming struct show entry view app intent has non-sendable type app storage string. Gross. Generic struct app storage does not conform to sendable. Do I need to create like a state repository? Well, app storage, this has to live on like a view, right? Yeah. So I think that that's part of our problem. Yeah, let's just do this. Var state simple entry dot state. User defaults dot standard dot string let strings state string equals this. Yeah, here we go. And then this will just be string state. So there's our state string, and then we will say switch state string case state case entry return entry. Actually, what's even better is we can do this now. Boom. Case dot case. Well, actually, literally anything else should be current value. So there's our state. This can be our get. And then we'll also have a set new state. And then this basically needs to go the inverse way. And we say switch new state. And then actually let state string equals switch new state current value entry. And then user defaults standard string set string set value. Sure. Set value state string 4 key state. Also, I'm realizing this right here is where I should have been doing the custom variables. So state is going to become, that's the first one, compile this monotype. Compile this monotype by this guy NZ on, what is it, 8/14/23. Is that how I do that? So now, knowing that this guy NZ is in NZ, that should be 14/8/23, right? I mean, really, I should just be doing this in ISO 88601, right? 2023 08/14. Yeah, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna start using ISO 88601 for this. The current widget state as saved in user defaults. Yeah, ISO 8601 is my friend, yes. I think it's actually RFC like 8522 or something. It's a stricter version of ISO 8601 because ISO 8601 has like weird stuff. You know, like I think this is a valid ISO 8601 string. This is gross. Nobody should deal with that. But yeah, we'll call it ISO 8601. We'll start with that. And then yeah, state string. Well, because this is not the parent version of this, I'll make state string true in either case. Do I have? I think I don't have this in Xcode, right? Do I have Rocket installed? If I don't, I should have Rocket installed. Nope, not Rocket Sim. Rocket emoji app. Yeah, this is the one. No, that's also not it. Rocket emoji app. At least it isn't legacy DB format. It's fair. Can I download this? Allow. Just so that I can type these things easier. Although, to be fair, that is probably the entire point of making it be something ridiculous, is that now I have to type this everywhere. No, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use this app called Rocket. Not to be confused with Rocket Sim. Just Rocket. Now the real problem is, oh, I need to add things. It's fine. Rocket has the ability to add whatever it wants. Yeah, and then I can do this. So US, 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 US. You weren't going to come to the stream tonight if the Mariners beat the Royals. Luckily, here we are. I mean, I don't feel like that was all that lucky. I mean, this is just, you know, that's just the natural order of things, is that the Royals should beat the Mariners. Right, so now can I do this in here? Does this work in Xcode? No. I downloaded that whole thing and it doesn't even work. Okay, can I do it as a snippet? How was your weekend, Eagle Knot? How's life in general? Besides the Royals beating the Mariners? Thank you for the follow, Gutsy God. That didn't seem to actually pop up. Maybe it'll be here in a minute. I don't know. I saw it pop up over on the other side, but it hasn't shown up in the alert yet. Oh wait, maybe there'll be noise. Maybe there'll be, you know, fun and exciting things. Right now there's not. Control command space? We'll quick. Oh, yeah, but that thing's so buggy. It sucks every time. I don't know. No, I mean, it's not never mind. So, I mean, come on. That's... you should have gotten the celebration that everybody else got. I feel bad. I don't know why. Like I said, maybe it'll happen eventually. I don't know. There's one celebration. Okay. There. I've put this in 2 different places, so we can use that. Alright, so now if we've got that state repository, I think what I need to do is I need to say in here, in this repository, we're going to say, that's definitely also a way to celebrate it. Yeah, maybe I don't even need... Yeah, maybe this could just be an enum. Which this guy NZ thinks I never use. And I've used it like 5 times in the last 10 minutes. State repository dot compile this monotype equals entry. Finding all of the ways to celebrate this now. Okay, there we go. Bad streamers are punished with their own inventions. Fair. Can't wait until this guy becomes an affiliate, and we can figure out what things to torture him with. All right, compile this monotype, new state.
These nuts ahoy says yay gutsy woot woot. That's the sound of the beast woot woot.
You don't know how to do that? There's a bunch of requirements, and then you apply. Basically, you have to have 50 followers. You have to have streamed a certain amount, and you have to have an average of 3 viewers. And I'm sure you've got an average of at least 3 viewers, because it's just me, mono, and compile. Come on, you've definitely got that part. I don't know how many followers you have. And then the last one would just be how often you stream. What do we got? You're at 18 followers. You got a while to go, but I mean, come on. It's not that far. You're almost halfway there. You're over a third of the way there, right? Yeah, come on. Don't say never. It'll happen. 19 now? Nice. Yeah, go follow this guy NZ, who I don't have a button for, but pretend this is him and just replace the mono underscore with this guy. Actually, Eagle Knot, are you able to give a shout out? Eagle Knot should be able to give you a shout out. And then that'll be actually even better because it'll give a one-click button to go follow. I think I can do this. I'm just trying to type sideways. There we go. There, now there's a nice little button. You just have to click one small button to go follow this guy. Too many clicks need to make it more intuitive. I mean, if I could force everybody currently watching to go follow this guy NZ, I probably wouldn't because that seems rude. But I would encourage it. Okay, so now we have the ability to set that state. I think what I need to do now is I need to go into this view. And then this would be app storage. Because that then responds to stuff. So now I have a key. Now I can say state. Which probably some of these I should be like setting as properties, but I'm lazy. Var, state, string, Boolean. No, not Boolean, string. And then I almost want... Can I do an extension on provider or simple imagery.state? And then here, then I can do this. We'll move this down here. And then this is simple entry dot state. I love seeing that in just the thing. There we go. Okay, I think that works better. And then we can even make this a var that. And then we'll move this down here. Gotta go take your daughter to her guitar lesson? Nice. Are you just like building a band? Is she gonna be the new backup guitarist for your band? Be on the next album? There you go. I mean, come on. You need a whole family thing. Or even just a father-daughter thing. That would also work. NZ is an island. You actually have to make your own band. There's no other way. All right, so I think we finally have this set up the way that I want. So now let's go back to here. Let's go look at our preview. Store that. Pin that. Everything works? I don't know, maybe. You've made your own band, just you? Yeah, later. Good luck with the guitaring. Okay, so this is pinned now, so we should be able to go back to widget view. Okay. So my hope is that if we click log, everything just works. The problem is I actually have no idea if clicking does anything. Let's go look at that video and see if in here when he does any of this, like, does he do any of this in previews, or does he have to run it on the actual app to test it out? So he adds this button. Yeah, now he says, I have to test it out by building and butting. You can actually have right on the home screen for you. Okay, what does he actually say there? Apple, please put paragraphs in your transcripts. A little tip here, you can actually have directly build the target for the widget extension, and Xcode will install the widget right on the home screen for you. Paragraphs are for Android users. I'm not switching to Android to get paragraphs, but I'd consider it. Let's see. So yeah, let's just try running this directly on the home screen. Or sorry, directly on the simulator. See, I feel like he lied to me, because I built and ran this, and it did not install it on the home screen for me. Although, it also seems to have frozen the simulator, so... Send process control event encountered an error, failed to show widget error. The request was denied by service delegate. Failed to get descriptors. I don't know what it means to fail to get descriptors, but... Did you add it to the thing anyway? Hey, here we go. Okay. But it is at least there. So let's add our widget. Done. Let's click log. And nothing, as far as I can tell, happens. Okay. How are we going to figure out anything? I don't know how to even begin to tell how to debug this. If I build and run here now, does it at least... I mean, they say specifically that this code doesn't run. Operation couldn't be completed. App intents intent error and error 0. Well, at least it gave me some kind of issue. When I click the button, it does do something. It tells me the operation couldn't be completed, but that's better than literally just nothing happening. Operation couldn't be completed. App intents intent error. Oh, you know what I bet the problem is? Yeah, this is still configuration app intent, where it should be show entry view app intent. Let's try that. Okay, that also didn't do anything. Can we set breakpoints? Yes, we can. Okay, cool. At this point, what is state repository compile this monotype? It is now entry. Okay. So why didn't this fire? It did. PO. Ah. I see what the problem is here. This needs to switch provider. No. Simple entry dot state. from state string. I think that's what we need to do. Hey, that did actually seem to change it. I have no idea how we change it back, but it did seem to work. Let's remove this widget. We're gonna re-add it and then see if we can demonstrate that all over again. Beaties. It seems like it's stuck now. That's perfect. We've stored this in user defaults and now we have no way of getting back. Okay, so maybe we need to create a button that goes back the other way. So this is going to be save entry view app intent, save entry app intent. So maybe this should be start entry app intent. It's the only place where we use that, so we're good. Start entry app intent, save entry app intent, blah, blah, blah. This is just going to switch us back to current value. Now, what would eventually be nice is if we can pass in our value here. Maybe we do. Maybe we do that. Let's basically what we want to do is we want to save our value to somewhere. Let's not worry about this quite yet. We're just going to do this part. Then we're going to go into our widget entry view. This is going to be a VStack. And we'll create a new button. Save. Intent is save entry app intent. Build and run that. Now we have a save button. We click save. Switches back to this. Click log. Save. Log. Save. Ta-da! We have now been able to switch between our two views. Let's clean some stuff up. Happy Monday is over day. Yes. Welcome, Compile Swift. You joined literally just as I got things working. You've caused the magic. You get to hop in right on the fun part of the stream where we actually start doing stuff with the fact that we now have things working. Actually, you've hopped right into the most boring part, which is that now I'm gonna go clean up all of this stuff that I've already got here. Now to delete the 20 print here statements. Yeah. I think I actually don't have any. I think I managed to get away without doing that. I used an actual debugger because it kind of works in Xcode 15. Imagine that. Right? Debugging what? You have more than enough for everyone. I feel like this shouldn't build, and yet it does. Morning, KNH. How are you doing? This is a very specific color purple. Is that the Twitch purple? No, Monday is over. Twitch chat button purple. Nice. That does seem to work. Okay, we're good. All right. Start entry app intent and save entry app intent. I really need to do the TOS thing that gives me the correct file header by default. So that I don't have to change it on every single one, but I'm lazy. I'm lazy in the sense that I would rather just delete it separately every single time rather than go and add those 2 lines somewhere else. All right, this no longer needs that. I think it also no longer needs widget kit. Cool. Okay, so we've got the ability to switch between the 2 views. I think the next thing that we need to do is we need to go build our entry view. Because what's going to be fun here is we need like a... We almost need another user defaults state that just... And I mean, should I really be using user defaults now? Knowing that this is going to be horribly banned soon? Yeah, I think I need something that stores like whatever your current entry is in user defaults. So we can add that to our state repository. An open database hosted on a Russian server for just like local state. That's definitely a good idea. I think I want to prefix all these. So, kind of want a static let, private static let? No, static let. Compile this monotype key. I'm not gonna go with that. This is gonna be just state key equals state repository dot, or I guess widget dot state repository dot state key. So then I can replace both of these. That, sorry, with self dot that. And then same deal here. But we're gonna do this with current entry key. We'll default it to 0. Set new entry. All right. So now we have our current entry. I guess that would be, yeah, I know we've got a entry view in WatchOS. Let's just kind of copy that. Where would that be? It's not in shared. That's not true. Did I put it in here? No, that's bad. Bad, Jeff. Don't do that. I don't like this at all. Why don't we see if grid works? And then we'll copy this, like, I don't know. Let's just start with grid. I don't want to copy all of these things here because these are all gross. So widget entry view I think we need to go into here. Let's bring back preview. Let's go into this. And then, yeah, we'll make this a grid with a bunch of buttons. I think that's fine. Grid. Content, yeah, sure. Okay. So we need, at the top, I think we need our text, and our text is going to be our current state. So at app storage key is going to be state repository current entry key, var current entry, string optional, but I don't really want to have this in multiple places, but that's fine. This is going to be current entry or 0. Failed to build the scheme. Why? Oh, you just haven't updated since I fixed my string literal. Entry oh, gross. Okay, we're gonna have to go fix our timeline. How do I do that? Can we make our timeline use our state thing? I feel like we'd have to, right? So I think we almost want our timeline provider to be what talks to state repository. So we've got our widget view. This should not be here, I think. I think this should be based on entry dot state. And then, yeah, we need our provider to be what actually provides these things. And then, so yeah, go into provider here. Placeholder, snapshot, timeline. Yeah, I think this is what we want. And then our timelines just, we just have one. Switch, no. Let entry equals simple entry state. Okay, we can also get rid of the date, although I think we need a date. Let's just do now for here. Configuration, fine. And then state, yeah, I think needs to come into here. But then this also needs to not be that. See, this is the part where we start getting into problems. Is it just always going to refresh every single time? Let's just see if this works. I don't know. We'll find out. State repository dot compile as monotype. Entries is now just an array of single entry. Perfect. Undefined symbols. Where? Default argument 0 of widget view init with state string. Oh, what? No. That shouldn't exist anymore. I'm gonna build. Where is this referred to from? In widget.o. We don't have that anymore. What are you talking about? Clean. Build. Okay. Just ghosts in Xcode. That's fine. So now our preview should actually have both of them again. We'll see if that continues to work when we go back to our app, but when we actually build and run it. But yeah, no, this is fine now. Okay. I'm happy with that. So yeah, let's build out our widget entry view. Pin this. Go here. We've got our grid. Our grid has that, and then I guess we need a row, grid row. And then we can give this buttons. Now, here's what's interesting. We need like a enter number app intent. All right, we can do it. Let's give it a button. Yeah, so we're gonna get here. Button action. Yeah, no, we don't want a button action. We want a button with a title and some other thing. Where's our previous button? Yeah, just string and then an app intent. That's fine. Init with be sure to drink your Ovaltine string. See, I think we need to genericize this, but that's fine. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine by K&H on 2023-08-14. The number to enter in the widget, just the number to enter. We'll come back to that. Number button style. Look at it. Look at all these things. What does this actually do? Nothing. What's our action? Our action comes in here. Entry layout. Entry view. Number button. Handle button. Yeah, this is the part that we need. Oh, we have a delete and a done. I don't think that's actually what we want, but yeah. We'll come back. I mean, we'll do something similar to this, basically, is what we're going to do. So this is an enter number app intent. Then, yeah, we'll have the save app intent. And I guess we'll have a delete app intent. Delete number app intent. But yeah, so this will be always a number. If entry double equals 0, entry equals string. So that's if state repository. So this needs to go here. If state repository dot is this compile this monotype? No, that's the state. Current entry is 0. Entry is equal to be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Safari keeps freezing the stream tonight? That's a bummer. I was having some trouble with compile stream last night. And then actually my Wi-Fi went down. So I think that was unrelated to Twitch. My Wi-Fi went down for everything, so wasn't a big deal. Else if entry count is less than 3. State repository dot current entry. I don't think I can just do that, right? Safari seems to stop the streams playing after a while. I used to have that problem a lot, and then it's been fine for a couple months. But then, yeah, last night it was picky again. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Var entry equals this. Entry. Mac Twitch player is less stable these days? What do you mean Mac Twitch player? Is there like a separate Mac app? Because otherwise, isn't it just the web Twitch player? Okay, does that build? Enter number, app intent does not... Oh, I need to provide like a title, right? No, and an empty init. I feel like this empty init should be self.init with 0. Web player seems less stable on Mac. Interesting. Even across browser? It's localized string resource, not localized string key. I don't know what the difference is, but... Because, yeah, it used to be that it was flaky on Safari, like CompileSwift said. And then I switched to Edge, and it was better there. But, yeah, it's been fine for me for the last couple months. Okay, so we have an enter number app intent now. Let's refresh this. We should have a 0 button on here. There we go. Perfect. Let's break this out into a number button so that we just don't... We only have to enter it once. Struct number button. View. Oh yeah, I want that autocomplete. Number button. View. You need to explore other browsers. I mean, I prefer using Safari for almost everything, but yeah, sometimes apps just don't work. Or websites just don't work. Some things don't work. I don't know. Netscape Navigator. Hey, how are you doing, Nutterfy? I don't know what I'm doing here. This goes in here. How's AppDev going? It is going pretty good. I'm trying to figure out how to make a interactive widget. We've gotten them to be slightly interactive. So far, we are at moderate levels of interactivity. Okay, so far that seems to have worked. Haven't touched those in quite a while. Well, I mean, they only came out at WWDC, so it can't have been that long ago. Or do you just mean widgets in general? Widgets in general, yeah. I have not touched them in a while either, so I have to learn that in addition to all of the that's what I'm looking for. New interactivity stuff. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why don't I just copy this? This seems like a good idea. And then we'll just X and exclamation mark. Just for a minute. And then I guess, well, what's weird is Does this not need to be a like array of arrays? It seems like that should be the case. Just put that there. iOS widgets have been around for a while. What's new about them this year? What's new about them this year, I say, as I reboot my thing, is that for the new style widgets, these design ones, this is the first time that when you can have them where they actually do stuff without launching the app. So you'll be able to click a button and like it'll actually do something inside the widget itself. You had the old Today widgets forever ago that could do stuff like that. But ever since they switched to the new widgets in 14, was it? It was always just like any interactivity that you had was limited to like, oh, you can open the app with a certain deep link, but now you can do stuff in the widget itself. I guess what I want here is a grid row. You want an SSH widget so you can NeoVim in a widget? That would be insane. Can you not map like this? Oh no, I guess I would need a for each. That was a dumb question to ask. For each values. And I guess this would almost need to be a grid, right? Yeah, you know what? I'm too lazy to figure this out. I want to just do it by hand, which is way less lazy, but it's what I'm doing right now. Don't worry about it. We'll come back to that one. Does that actually give us a grid? Kind of. I think we're going to need to fix our spacing, because right now it seems like this whole thing is too big to fit on the screen. So can we get rid of our vertical spacing? 0. Maybe get rid of our content. Does that do anything to make it a little bit smaller? Oops, that wasn't what I wanted. Ah, crap. Pin that. Go back to here. Go back to here. Sweet. Okay, so we've got something showing up. I'm a little bit surprised at the fact that this doesn't grow to fill that whole bottom area. Feels like it should. Apparently not. I'm not gonna worry about it. I mean, is this good enough to at least let us test whether or not this works? I feel like it is, right? Well, let's see if it even works anymore over here, because we haven't tested this since we got it working again. That does work. Okay, so if I click 5, nothing happens. All right, why not? We should have an enter number app intent, which should do this perform. Let's see if that actually does anything. 4. Okay, so that came over here. We get our current entry. Our current entry is 0. if entry double equals 0. So we should drop into here. We do. I guess let's PO be sure to drink your Ovaltine, which should be 4. It is 0. Okay, that seems like a problem. Entry number. I mean, our regular init is self-init with 0, which could be one place that this is coming from. But it should be not doing that. It should be coming into here from our button. I guess the easiest way for this to tell would be, let's change this to like blag and rerun that. Now if we click a button and it changes to blag, then we know that that's what happened. Okay, so why is it using not the right value? Please tell me that I don't have to create a bunch of app intents that are like enter 1, enter 2, enter 3, enter 4. Yeah, why is this not using this intent? That's my question. Yeah, because this is coming in here, and that's doing that intent. And so then I guess what I want to do next is, yeah, let's turn this breakpoint back on. And then is it coming back into this one when I click this? Yes, it is. So it's like it's not storing that intent. And then, yeah, I would need a bunch of different app intents. This is terrible. I don't like this idea. I'm going to do it because I want to do it, but I hate it. I just want it to be known that I hate this. And I'm trying to figure out how I can do this in the most elegant way possible. Is there anything requiring app intent to be a struct, the way that view is? I kind of feel like that's going to be the case. Because I was going to say, otherwise I could just subclass it. Yeah, non-final class cannot conform to sendable. Okay, so can't do that. Can I do a protocol number entry app intent? It has to be an app intent. And that's going to have a var number string and just a var number string. And then we can have, oh yeah, I guess I do need a get set. Or just get? Yeah, let's just make it just get. And actually, maybe this should be a static var. And then we can have an extension on that protocol. And then this is going to be enter number. Except that we don't want this to be return result. It's just going to do this. Let's see, now the problem is we're going to have to get rid of be sure to drink your Ovaltine. We're going to have to save this for something else. Because we don't have a place for this value anymore. I guess we could make it this, yeah. This is gonna be... This is gonna be more your code than my code at this point. More chat's code than my code. I don't think... Yeah, it's name a variable. So I don't think I want to name this function that. Okay, so entry is self dot be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Okay. Can I conform to protocol putting things in here like this? Static stored properties. No, I cannot. Okay, that's fine. Although, can I make this just this? Does that work? Candidate operates on an instance, not a type as required. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Private static let be sure to drink your Ovaltine equals 0. And then we don't need this. Oh, I guess it wouldn't be 0. It would be... Yeah, why doesn't that work? Argument passed a call that takes no... Must be declared internal because it matches a requirement. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Okay, and then this is now enter number. Okay. So this is enter 0 app intent. And then we're going to create 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Enter 1. Enter 2. Enter, hold on, 3. Enter 4. Enter 5. This is all just for training purposes. You can get a recording of my voice that, you know, like reads out my bank account number. Such elegance. Wasn't that in Hackers or something where they did that? They got some guy to, like, they faked him reading out his own bank number. Yeah, my voice is my passport. I mean, if I think about it from the perspective of sneakers, yeah, that makes more sense. If I think about it from the perspective of like how widgets work, it kind of makes sense that they, no, it seems like they should be able to store at least static values that you're passing here. Now, here's what's really gross, is that I actually can't have a number button with this anymore. This now needs a different thing. I don't know. Var. I hate this. Var intent. Sorry, no. Var got milk. This is going to be a number entry app intent. Switch entry number. Case 0. Enter 0. Yeah. The property title must be implemented when conforming to app intents.appintent, and a compile time static value must be provided. So I guess doing this with an extension is not going to work. Do I need to do this like that? I would like you to at least tell me whether or not that failed. Because I don't want to have to do that so many times. Okay, whatever. We're going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that actually did work. I'm happy. It means yet another thing that I've got to have copied everywhere, but if it works, it works. All right, let's build and run and see if it works. Okay, so now our current entry is blarg. None of those seem to be doing anything. I want to reset that value back to 0, but I don't know how. Let's at least make sure that like one of them works. 1. Hey, okay, so it did do that. Enter number. So let's go to our enter number here. Entry equals state repository.current entry, which should be blarg. It is, okay. If entry equals 0, oh hey, if entry count is less than 3, then do something. We're gonna, if entry double equals that, entry equals 0. We're just gonna reset it that way. 0. Oh, that didn't do anything. Okay, good. Okay. Wow, that took forever to actually respond. Okay, so this is one of the things that James Thompson said, which is that sometimes it's just super laggy. I don't like that. It's a bit sluggish because of the round trip through the app intent and re-rendering the widget. And if you type too fast and tap while it's rendering, it just randomly opens the app. Gross. But yeah, other than that, it does seem to be working. Okay. So there was a thing that they said in the view. Let's actually do this. I think it's like, no. I guess we want it up here on this, which is like refreshable. That doesn't seem right. What did they say to put there? Invalidatable content. That performance sounds like SwiftUI over XPC. I mean, it kind of is. So if I do that, then whenever we click on one, it should cause this view to like blink because it's going to be re-rendered. I guess it's not actually doing that though. So I don't know what we got going on. Good night, donuts. Have a great week. Okay, I mean, I guess we've got it kind of working. I don't know, maybe. Let's go add a delete button. We're gonna need this to, yeah, we had a image in the other one. Image, system name. Hopefully if you can get an annoying bug solved tomorrow, it will be. Otherwise, it's going to be a continuation of last week's shenanigans. Well, hopefully you can get your bug solved. I have faith. That makes one of us. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, you can't use Vim to
Use the
get out
carrot
of
icon.
Twitch. Although I suppose you have like a Vim plugin for whatever browser you're using. All right, now I guess I need a delete number app intent. I hate this. You just had focus on the wrong window. You haven't gone full neckbeard. That's good. You can still be saved. Have a good night. See, now I don't, yeah, at this point I would just do static let title equals delete number perform. And then, yeah, we need to go back to like number button. One intent for each GUI interaction. It seems like that's the case, yeah. I don't like it at all. But it does seem like that is the case. So now the other thing that's kind of gross about this, and I think is going to be something that we have to deal with, is I think all of these get exposed to shortcuts. And so we're going to have like a bunch of widget related things in shortcuts that I really don't want to do. I think that's not what I want. It's like, add the number 1 to the current entry. No, I don't want that showing in shortcuts. But we're just gonna see what this does. I will use the caret icon for the done button, eagle nut. Sorry, I just realized I never responded to that. What protocol step am I missing? Static var. Does it really have to be static var? Oh no, it's this part. This has to be resource and not key. There we go. Cannot find got milk in scope. Yes, that's correct. This is delete number app intent. Yeah, you'd think if they can store what intent you need to do, they could store some kind of property that goes with that intent. Actually, oh, I bet I know what I did wrong. I think I might be able to actually fix this, but we'll do that in a minute. You want the caret icon? We'll give you the caret icon. Regular caret or caret.fill? We're ready to go with caret.fill for now. There we go. Looks terrible because it's getting clipped, but you know, we're not doing design tonight. We're just doing functionality. Okay, so yeah, if we hit that, it does delete. It goes back to 25, 2, 2, 5. And if we caret, you do that. You did get your variable. It's, where is that? Yeah, it was literally at the top of the page, right? When I typed it. var got milk. Any number entry app intent. You did get your variable. You should pay more attention. This is also true. I am always wrapped with attention on your stream and know every single thing that happens. And definitely don't just wander off for multiple minutes at a time. So I think we got it working, right? This is more or less working. So we say log, and then we like enter whatever number we want, and then we click the save button. We should make that save button actually, save. I think you need help. Fair. I mean, also fair. So this just sets this back to current value. I think, what we would need to do... I guess our current entry view. Is that not what we called it? Current value view. This just needs to do state repository dot current entry. I have to watch closely because each stream I grab a screenshot from my compile shrine. Okay, so we've got it saying 50 here. We log, we say 82. Oh, nope, not 508. 82. We click enter, and there we go. You can ban me, it hurts a little less every time. 64. Enter. Yeah, no, I think that's working. That's basically how we want this to function. Oh, I did the thing that he said, which is that I clicked too fast. And it didn't work. Yeah, he said if you click too fast, basically, then it'll open the app. Okay, so yeah, I clicked too fast right there and it opened the app. I don't know if that's a big problem. Is this WidgetKit? It is WidgetKit. We're building the ability to add glucose logging without even opening the app. We're just gonna enter it directly on the home screen. That's how it's gonna work. Right? You do that? Done. Boop, boop. I think that's basically how I want this to work, right? I mean, obviously I'm going to fix the design up a lot. But I think that's kind of what I want. Is that you've got this, and then as you enter in your new value, it'll take you back to the main screen. And this main screen will have like a graph. It'll say, here's what your most recent version was. Let me see. Can I pull up the watchOS version? I guess it would help if I switch to the watchOS app. But basically, I think that the view for the watchOS, or sorry, the widget should be the same as watchOS. I'm gonna run this real quick. Imagine this actually running, and then the widget looks like the thing that you imagine. That's basically how this is going to work. Isn't it brilliant in your mind's eye? It's just fantastic. Oh, here we go. Okay. So far, your team has taken a sprint to learn WidgetKit, and you may have to do it yourself and show them who's boss. Well, you want to really show them who's boss. You show that you are a tastemaker in the community. Is you send them the VOD of this stream. And I say, you all are very lucky individuals to work for Peter Witham, a person who knows an extreme amount about iOS development and has a great podcast and is just generally a really awesome dude. And then they all go watch that stream and they go, man, I thought this guy knew what he was talking about. Right up until the very end. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm imagining that this view looks like. If I type like a number in here and pretend that this refreshes, which it totally does in the watchOS 9 version, but then this would have that there, and then that would be just clip that bit in Twitch, and don't clip the end of it. Just be like, yeah, look at this clip in his stream. Oh man, I was done. I don't have any is this diabetes app out? It is not out yet. But you can sign up for being on the test flight at bds.app. It's right here. And then yes, it will be out at some point in the future. It will probably require iOS 17, watchOS 10. I've been using it for a while now, for about 2 months. This is what it. I don't know how to demo stuff on the watch. Hold on. You're waiting for that invite? Stop sucking it up to my team and release it. Hey, I have not seen you fill out the form. I know every single person who's filled out that form. And you weren't one of them. At least if you were, then it died. It didn't get sent. But yeah, so this is what it looks like on watchOS 9. It shows the thing for well, here, let me try filling it out. Here, let's fill this out. Then I'll go check my email. Make sure that this works. Yeah, form submitted successfully. Great. Let me secret mode and do that. Yeah, the iOS app right now, terrible. Doesn't work. Doesn't look right. I'm going to work on that. URL in chat, please. I think if you type Bang Beaties, it should give it to you. There you go. I'm trying to figure out how to hide my sidebar in Mail. Here, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to cheat. Just like slide it off the screen. But yeah, so that comes through. That worked for me. But I have not seen any other emails come in. Is there a motivation for the Beaties app? What do you mean by that? The motivation is I recently learned that I have diabetes, and so I've got to do a bunch of tracking, and all of the existing apps suck butt. That's the motivation. And so basically I wanted to build one that A, makes it super simple and easy to log stuff, and B, has a lot of integration with the system. So stuff like widgets, stuff like shortcuts, stuff like, well, mostly widgets and shortcuts, honestly, if I'm being honest. But yeah, you track with the freestyle, but you, gotta pick up the phone. Yeah. Motivation is that everyone that signs up, one less BD is allowed to perform within earshot of me. One less beetle. Okay. Yeah. Love your OneDrop device with the app is bloated. So OneDrop does seem... I went back through all of them again. OneDrop seems like one of the nicer ones. It actually does. But yeah, like some of the other ones... And then, like, mine doesn't have an app at all. Like, it's some of the other ones that I've seen out there, just they're so ugly. They're so bad. Yeah. OneDrop at least looks nice and performs reasonably well. I found one that was literally in the, like, if you go to the health app where the thing, it's like blood glucose. Do you log manually? I do. This is going to interact with Apple Health. That's the other thing that I really wanted, is that it actually interacts with Apple Health. So anything that dumps into Apple Health will do it. I know that the Dexcom meters they do, and so you should get a lot of stuff for free with that. Right now I log manually because I do fingerprint logging or debugging, or not debugging, testing. That's the word I'm looking for. But yeah. Oh, so you do still do strips, compile strips. Nice. But yeah, Apple Health integration, that's a big one that I've got as well. The other thing is it's going to be making it very easy to deep blooding. Yes. It's going to make it very easy to share and export. So if you need to share it with your doctor or anything like that, I want to make that very easy. A lot of the ones that I found that are like not tied to a particular type of thing, they're like, oh, we're going to like charge for PDF export. You can export to CSV for free, but like if you want a PDF, we're charging for that. And I'm not going to charge extra for that. I don't really know what I am going to do business model wise for this yet, but I can tell you that I'm not going to charge for PDF export. That's dumb. But yeah, I've got some PDF export stuff working right now. It does work and it goes to a page. What it doesn't do right now is that it like literally just puts it in a big table and then you like it chops off just wherever the page entry is, so it can split some text across page boundaries. So I need to make it a little bit smarter than that. But I mean, my doctor's been happy with what it's got so far. It's like I just send it to him and he's like, it looks good. So I need to make it just a lot of cleanup. And yeah, this is mostly right now for me and not, I just want to take that and make it available for whatever. Making Siri input the log would be an awesome action. Yes, that is one of the other things that I really want. Because yeah, I would love to be able to just shout at my HomePods and be like, hey, I logged blah, blah, blah. And you can kind of do it with shortcuts today, but it's not very smart about it. And it is error prone, I guess. It's definitely been, it's not smart enough to know like, hey, I heard something and that number seems wildly off. And so like I'll log something and I'll be like, oh, it's 121. And it's like, okay, cool, gotcha. And it's not until like half an hour later that I realized that it logged 21. And then it's very hard to change that after the fact. And so I want it to be like, oh, like I heard 21, but that seems wildly out of range from what you did or like what you've done before. Are you sure that it's actually 21? And just basically make it, double check that the values that you're giving it are sane. Cause yeah, if you do that with, the data is actually important. Yeah. And so like I've got some in here where it's, there's entries in my Apple Health that I couldn't do anything with. And this is why I stopped using shortcuts. Apple entries in my Apple Health that I can't really deal with because it's like, oh yeah, no, it says 21. And it's like, no, I want this app to be a little bit smarter than just take whatever number that I said and drop it right in there. So yeah, Siri and integration is definitely going to be a major part of this. Shortcuts just in general, so that you can I'm hoping, if there are other apps that have some amount of integration, like the one that was doing CSV, like you'll at least be able to say like, I want to export this from CSV into BDs, and then BDs will integrate it with Apple Health, and then everything's in Apple Health. You can kind of shortcut together. Input with Crown. Ooh, I didn't think about that one. Let me save that. That's a good idea. I'm saving that idea. Like basically have it at some kind of like standard average value, and then you twist the crown and it'll go up and down from there. Yeah, that's a good idea. Input with Apple Watch Crown. Yeah, right now it's just I basically copied the oh, you saw it, the entry buttons from like the lock screen. So it's basically just looks like that. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I basically just copied that UI. And so this works now. But yeah, I can imagine that if you have it set to like a specific value, and then you just scroll up and down from there. I'd have to think about how I do that, because I don't like, if you are going to use the buttons, then I don't want it to start at 90, because then you have to like delete it. But if I mean, kind of like, you know, if you enter text in an app, it gives you, let's see, like, where's notes or something? You have yeah, contacts. This will work. You can go in here and you've got this by default, and then you've also got a button to yeah, I'm definitely gonna have like a page to edit different points. You've got like your recommended value, but then you've got like a low value and a high value, and then on your chart it'll, you know, like draw extra lines and say like, oh, you're higher than expected or you're lower than expected. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have that. But yeah, like you can come into here and you've got this keyboard, but then you've also got this to say, oh, I'd rather use that. I kind of wonder if I could do something like that. But I feel like that's an extra tap every time. I mean, maybe I can be smart about it and just use whatever the last one you did was. And so like if you switch to crown input the last time and you do an entry, then the next time you do it, it just goes straight to crown input instead of the tap input. Do they have a crown SF symbol? They do. Digital crown. Arrow clockwise. Horizontal. Yeah, it's weird because they've got like an up and a down. But I want one that has both arrows. It's like up and down. But yeah, I mean, this would basically work. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. I'm going to have to play with that. Maybe I'll play with that the next time I do a BD stream. Because that would be really cool. I actually don't know how to do digital crown stuff in SwiftUI. So that would be a interesting thing to learn. Yeah, that's a good idea. I will definitely implement that input mechanism. I owe KNH a variable name, don't I? I owe somebody a variable name. Right? That is a thing that I owe. Have I just lost it? KNH is a good bet. Generally awesome dude is a thing that I need to name. Okay. I don't really want to go find one and replace it, because that's normally a it's more fun when it's just like some random thing is going to become this name. Oh, thank you. It's really nice. You've really been referred to as a good bet. You know what? I'm going to try this parameter thing that I just remembered to see if maybe this will help deal with this extra app intent stuff. And if I can, I'll do that, and then I'll put the name in there, and we'll see if it works or not. So struct enter number app intent. Well, see, now these are a conflict, because if I do this, then be sure to drink your Ovaltine is going to go away. This is just going to be an app intent. Because I think, so there's an at parameter, and I don't exactly know how this works. Intent parameter. Because I feel like this is almost what we want to do, is we want to send this in. Default value, okay. But then can we, sorry. We're gonna have this init with be sure to drink your Ovaltine. This is the problem. At parameter. Let's go back to his oh, I guess I quit the developer app. Add parameter, title drink, and there's an options provider. But I thought, yeah, what I was trying to do is put a parameter on here that lets me specify a number from external to this. But I feel like we're still going to go through this default init, and that's not actually what I want. At parameter. Title size, or just title. God, look at all of these options. There's a default. But I almost feel like that's not really what I want either. Yeah, I think that the problem is this isn't going to work. This is going to run into the exact same problem. And then if I do this, this isn't going to be set up, right? Hey, thanks for the follow, Shamelo? I'm pretty sure that's not how your name is pronounced. Do you want to add protocol stubs? I mean, I don't not want to add protocol stubs. The struct gets recreated on each input. Yes, that is true. No, we can get rid of this if entry equals blarg. Don't need that anymore. So now what's entering here? How can you do mobile apps if you don't have a Mac? Well, for one thing, you can do Android apps. I suspect that wouldn't be the question that you would have. You can also use a tool like React Native, and specifically the tool Expo, expo.dev. And that lets you test some of this stuff without having a Mac, because you can build it in SwiftUI. Sorry, not SwiftUI. You can build it in React Native and basically deploy it to your phone and use that to test everything out. And you can deploy that to an Android phone or an iOS phone. They hire the same in Android. You'd have to ask somebody else, but I think that, you know, general hiring between iOS and Android is about the same. I don't know. Compile Swift, you're the manager in the room, right? Is hiring, do we hire about similar numbers of iOS and Android devs? I think that, yeah. feel it's pretty equal. You managers. Yeah, unfortunately, we let the managers watch this stream too. I mean, yeah, if you want to just get started with mobile development in general, I would recommend start with Android. And, you know, especially these days with Kotlin, it's a very modern syntax. It's very similar to Swift on iOS. And that'll get you kind of in the door without needing to buy a Mac. And it gets you into a place that's very similar to what you would do on iOS as well. What language do you need to learn? Yeah, it's called Kotlin, Kotlin. Kotlinling.org. And yeah, I would say learn this language. And yeah, I kind of feel like oh yeah, no problem. Totally, yeah, understandable. No, yeah, I would say go learn some Kotlin. I know this is you know gonna get clipped by Mono, and he's gonna say, "What the heck is CocoType doing, recommending Kotlin?" But I would say if what you want to do is learn mobile and you want to learn like native mobile, and your limitation right now is that you don't have a Mac, Kotlin's gonna work just fine on Linux or Windows. You're going to be there. You're going to be able to get started on Android. And then, you know, once you kind of get into mobile, if you want to put more resources into it, then yeah, buy a Mac and start doing iOS development as well. We have a Kotlin channel on the Discord. Oh yeah, yeah. Join the Discord. Mono will come and help you out. Hold on, this song is too loud. We're going to skip it. Mono will make a YouTube short of this. Yes. Yeah, go join the Discord and ask questions in the Kotlin channel there. And yeah, like I said, yeah, this will definitely get you in the door as regards to mobile development in general. And then yeah, if you want to switch to iOS later, you've got the resources to do that later. I think that works great. And you know, they're not that different, the two platforms. We like to fight about it and say, oh yeah, you know, this framework sucks for this framework sucks for that. Like, you know, be cranky at each other, but really they're not that different. They're pretty similar, and if you get started with one, you can pretty easily switch to the other. Yeah, the real enemy is the web devs. I mean, come on, we know this. Yeah, no, if you want to do iOS and you distribute through the App Store eventually, yeah, you will need a Mac and Xcode. You can get pretty far without it. Yeah, no, Windows is not a problem for Android dev. The main tool that they use is called Android Studio. Let me see if I can find that. Developer.android.com/studio, apparently. And it is available for everything. I think if I click this, it's going to download it. Yeah, Mac with Intel chip, Mac with Apple chip. Let's see if I can spoof my user agent and see what happens. Yeah, I'm on Windows, dude. I'm sure that, yeah, this is with Kotlin. So Android Studio is the developer tool that you use for Kotlin. Thank you for the follow, Hearts3X, which is definitely, I'm sure, how that's meant to be pronounced. Yeah, no, yeah, check out Android Studio. I think it's smart enough to know what I'm developing. And so it's telling me to download the Mac version, but they definitely have a Windows version. I can assure you that. What about VS, Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code? I don't know how good either of them is at developing Mac apps. Yeah, I mean, regular Visual Studio, of course, if you're talking about cross-platform dev, you also got .NET MAUI. If you're already familiar with any of the C# stuff. This is another cross-platform one. Again, I don't think you can build for iOS with .NET MAUI on Windows. I'm not 100%. It's been a while since I have been really paying attention to .NET MAUI. But this is something you can do with Visual Studio. I'm not as familiar with this one as I am with Kotlin, and I'm really not all that familiar with Kotlin. But yeah, you can do a lot of at least Android development with this as well using Visual Studio. So that's another option that you have. But I would recommend start native, because that's going to be what most people are looking for, is native, and you'll be able to be just fine doing a lot of Kotlin stuff. Fellow Swift developer here. Most people don't know Swift is on the come up. Yeah, it's a big deal. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming and asking the questions. Yeah, no, it suddenly, yeah, it suddenly became a Kotlin and .NET Swift at the end, but yeah, normally this is a Swift stream. Yeah, good luck, as IRL says. Do you use Firebase for my apps? I do not, but I do know friend of the show, MonoNZ, who we've been mocking for the last little bit, but hey, you know what? He can take it. I know he does use Firebase. And does CompileSwift, do you use Firebase as well? I feel like you've mentioned it before, but I know Mono does. Yeah, give Mono a follow. He'll appreciate that. He also he hasn't streamed in a while, so we're trying to bully him back into streaming again. But yeah. Yeah, CompileSwift also uses Firebase for notification. Yeah, I mean, hey, also follow CompileSwift. I mean, come on, follow all the people. A lot of Swift developers out there. We've also got Nutterfy, who does a lot of shapes-based stuff, and Hey Jay Wilson, who is currently doing recreating Instagram entirely in Swift UI to kind of just like go through a lot of the basics of Swift UI and figure out how to, make cool UI designs. Nutterfy is currently writing a book on Swift UI shapes. So those are the two. Yeah, Nutterfy's here. Those are some of the other recommendations for Swift streamers in the area. There's also this guy NZ, who I don't have a button for, but you should follow this guy NZ. It's just all one word. He's building a game with his kid on stream. That's another cool one. I should find the I should add him to the buttons. But I set these buttons up before he started streaming, so that's his fault for not streaming a year ago. Hey Mono, you made it. I'm about to leave. What you really missed is I just recommended Kotlin. I wholeheartedly said, hey, people should go learn Kotlin. Look at this. It's in my browser history. That's proof. How much time do you think a person has to spend to learn that? I don't know. Mono's here. He's the expert now. Kotlin love.
Kotlin love.
Mono, how long does it take to get, up to speed with Kotlin? Couple months? If you invoke his name 3 times, his OBS automatically wakes up and starts streaming. I feel like CompileSwift did that the other day, and it didn't work. Hearts 3X is currently building a food truck map where local food truck information is displayed and where they're going, what they're serving, etc. Nice. I built a feature of that to one of my apps. I had an app that me and some friends built that was basically just the tap list at a local brewery. And one of the things that we added to them was the food truck that was at that brewery at any point. We never ended up actually shipping. Well, I tried to ship it and Apple rejected it, and then I was too lazy to work around that. But yeah, a food truck map that displays everything and what they're serving. That's cool. And yeah, Mono, I am not going for another 3 hours. That's not happening. Mono was going to teach us Kotlin on his streams, but Kotlin lasted longer as a technology. Are you going to let him say things like that, Mono? Are you going to let him get away with that? Where's that ban button? Neither of you have the power. Did it take you guys long to land jobs? I'm currently prioritizing getting 2 to 3 solid projects out before applying to places. I mean, I've been at this for so long that anything that I can say would be irrelevant in terms of time. It didn't take me that long to land a job, but this was also in 2007, and I was one of the only 2008. I was one of the only iOS devs that existed, so there was no competition. I don't know how relevant of a anecdote that is right now. I don't know. Anybody else switched jobs more recently or started? Whatever happened to Ploppy? Ploppy would be able to answer this question. One project was enough for you to back in 2014 because it has downloads and you were super passionate about it. Yeah, there you go. If you start today, you'll get employed in 2008. Yeah, that's how that works. Yeah, just easy. Just, learn mobile development, all of the mobile development, and then time travel back to 2008. And then, yeah, you'll be able to find a job easily. Knowing what the next 15 years of iOS development looks like, you'll be killing it. De-learning everything to start doing development for iOS 9. Is that iOS 9 or macOS 9? Because I did a stream last Halloween, was it? Doing macOS 9 development? Yeah. I think it was actually macOS 7 development. That was a stream. That was a real nightmare of a stream. Learn UIKit and Time Machine. Yeah. It was a fun stream. Yeah, I do weird stuff for April Fool's Day and then Halloween. And yeah, that was my Halloween stream for last year, I believe. Man, I need to figure out what I'm doing for Halloween this year. What mad science thing can I do for Halloween this year? You can do iPad apps. It's pretty simple. Yeah, iPad apps, basically the same exact thing as iOS apps. Invite Compile Swift on the stream. Look at this horrible monster. He has the brain of Abby Normal. Method actor, yes. All right, I think I'm gonna call that a night tonight. Yeah, if you've got more questions, come check them out. Come to the Discord again, as I recommended before. Come there and hang out and ask questions. We will be happy to answer them, both myself and Compile Swift, and probably also Mono and Nutter and all of the rest of the people. Sometimes they're helpful too. But yeah, I think that'll be that'll be it for tonight. Have a great rest of your week. IRL says, is iOS 17 worth the upgrade? I think it's been fine for me so far. I think that's worked. Is it worth the upgrade? I don't know. I'm trying to remember like what's been really nice. Standby's really nice. I don't know. There hasn't been too much else that I've been like, oh yeah, this is definitely extremely good. Yeah, no, great chat room tonight. Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for everybody helping. Oh yeah, like all of the developer stuff. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it from a user perspective, Nutterfy. Yeah, no, all of the developer stuff, scroll view in SwiftUI, you know, some of the other things. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff for doing development. Yeah, I was just thinking about it from a iOS dev perspective. But yeah. No, yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks for great chat. And I will be back Friday, similar time. And I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.